Bună! Pe mine mă cheamă Gabriela. Hi, my name is Gabriela. Welcome to the first lesson of Romanian for foreigners. The first step when learning any foreign language is getting familiar with its alphabet. Romanians are proud to tell all foreigners that reading our language is one of the easiest things to do because we read every letter of every word the way it sounds in our alphabet. So if you learn our alphabet, you automatically learn reading Romanian. And nobody can dispute that. However, we have some letters and combinations of letters that deserve particular attention, as you will see in this lesson. The really good news is that Romanian doesn't have any tricky or hard to pronounce sounds. The nightmare of pronouncing the English the French R, or the variations of H in Arabic or, surprise, Ukrainian, does not exist in Romanian. Sunteți gata? Are you ready? Let's begin. Să începem. A. A. I. P. C. D. E. F. G. H. I. I. J. K. L. M. N. O. P. Q. R. S. Š. T. C. U. Y. V. W. X. Z. Romanian spelling includes 5 letters with diacritical marks. A. I. I. Sh. C. Spelling with diacritical marks is both obligatory and a sign of respect. Indeed, native Romanians can understand the meaning of the words without diacritical marks, but sometimes the same word, with and without diacritical marks, means two different things. Vreau să îți văd fata. Vreau să îți văd fața. Am nevoie de paturi. Am nevoie de pături. So, in order to be well understood, it is recommended to learn and use the words with their respective diacritical marks. You may have noticed that 2 letters correspond to the same sound. We call them I din A and I din I. Though there is no difference in the way we pronounce them, the spelling differs depending on where they sit in words. We always use I din A when the letter is inside words. Când, râu. The best way to remember this rule is to think about how we spell the name of our country and people, where the is inside the word. We use this at the beginning and end of the words. Împărat, în, hotărâ, urâ. Remember that we still use U din I if the word is compounded with a prefix and U falls inside the word, like in these examples. Neînsemnat, reîncărcat. In Romanian, there are a few combinations of letters corresponding to some particular sounds described in the following minutes. Ce, cere, ci, cineva, ge, geometrie, gi, ginere, che, chema, chi, chimie, ghe, ghiată, ghi, ghid. For more words with these combinations, please go to the practice section. Letters K, Q, Y, and W are not typical to Romanian, and they appeared as we borrowed words from other languages. Therefore, you will only find them in such words: kilogram, kazakh, kaki, quasar, yoga, Kenya, hobby, kiwi, kilowatt. Letter X can have two pronunciations: ks, as in lux, pix, taxi, maxim, or gz, as in examen, exercițiu, exemplu, exact. Statistically, there are 6 times more words where X is pronounced ks than those where it is pronounced gz. Although Romanian doesn't have spelling rules, remember that we always use the consonant M and not N before B and P, as in limbă, a zâmbi, ambiție, vampir, a împinge, șampon. The only exceptions we make are in names of foreign places like Istanbul or Brandenburg. Cultural facts. Romanian language has had various alphabets throughout the course of time. Although Romanian is a Latin language, at one point we used the Cyrillic alphabet, the Old Slavic alphabet, thanks to the introduction of written texts by the churches and by the Slavic Christians. As a matter of fact, if you visit any monastery in my country, don't be surprised if you see writings in Cyrillic alphabet on its walls, a testimony to the way we used to write. With the passing of time, however, our alphabet changed towards the Latin one. You may have wondered why Romanian has 2 letters for the sound U. When passing from the Cyrillic alphabet to the Latin one, transliterating the sound U was actually made with 4 letters, depending on the original word they evolved from. However, in 1953, for the sake of making spelling easier and in compliance with the general rule that Romanian is a phonetic language, using one symbol for one sound, Romanian authorities decided that we should only have 1 letter for the sound U din I. Therefore, since 1953, there was no U din A in Romanian spelling. After the fall of communism, many language researchers advocated for the total removal of the letter U din I from our language, seen as imposed by the communists and therefore wrong, in contradiction with our Latin character. The dispute was ended in 1993 by the Romanian Academy, which decided to revert to spelling the sound U with two different letters. To this day, there are people who challenge this decision and make a point that the natural course of any language is becoming easier, not more complicated. But until they are successful in convincing the national language authorities of their viewpoint, if ever, we spell. This concludes our first lesson of Romanian for foreigners. If you'd like to practice some more, go to the practice section where you'll find helpful pronunciation exercises. I hope you liked it. Till next time, pa-pa. Bye-bye.